We're here at a very, very chilly Brasenose too, and I'm going to take the time to show you guys how and why I use the goo so much. And well, this is one of the reasons. I'm hooked into a fish. It's very cold here. Put some spods out, fishing corn and some boilie crumb, and then fishing 3 different colour pop-ups over the top. And hopefully by the end of the session, we'll find out which goo is working the best. What on earth are you doing out there eating in these temperatures? Hey! Well, that is an absolute touch. And even though it is February, what I'm going to do is treat it like it's June, get some more bait out there because there are lots of fishing in. You never know, might make a bit of a haul of it. This is one of the most important parts of this style of fishing, is making sure you get the spod back out there or the spawn back out there as soon as you've got a fish in the net. 'Cause you've got to imagine that there's a big group of fish out there feeding, and if you leave it half hour before you get the spawns and your rods back out there, you lose the feeding reaction, you lose the fish, and then you don't catch any more. So it's always the first thing I do. In the spod mix, I've got some really simple things: sweet corn, nice and cheap, some crushed up boilies, and I've put probably 1/3 of a bottle of Pineapple Supreme in there as well, just because it's really sweet and it works really well this time of year. So probably put 3 or 4 spawns out and then get the rods back out. This time of year, they're not going to go through lots of bait, but you want a lot of attraction. The Supreme is really, really sweet. The corn is really bright yellow, so the fish are attracted to it, but when they get there, there's not actually loads of bait down there to eat. Look at him, he's absolutely freezing. He feels like a block of ice. He's carrying some winter weight, so I'll probably give myself 15 or 16 pounds for him. But while most people are sitting at home, we're out here in freezing conditions still getting bites. We've got the tactics right. I've got the rods back out, so you never know, I might go and catch another one before dark. Something I always tend to do is fish 3 different hook baits. So maybe a pineapple, an almond, and now an orange. That means I've got 3 different colours out there and 3 different flavours. Now what tends to happen, especially on a water like this, is that when you're getting lots of bites, one of the goos will work better than the other ones. So by the end of the session, if you've noted which one that is, of course, you'll end up with all of the right hook baits on. Now it does become a bit difficult when you're fishing a hard water with a little amount of fish in and you don't know which one to pick. But what happens is that when you come to places like this, you end up picking favourites because there are certain ones that tend to work better for you over time. Now for me, that's certainly the Pineapple Supreme. And now anywhere I go now, especially if it's difficult, that's what I'll have on. 3 pineapples out there because I just know they work in the majority of places. There are certain waters where pink hook baits work really well, and if that is the case, then I'll tend to start with maybe 2 of the almonds and 1 of the pineapples. But make sure you just keep the options open on waters like this, and you'll end up finding out that one is better than the others. Into fish number 2, probably half an hour after that last one. It always pays to get the rods out as quick as you possibly can. It turns out, I think, that this one's on an almond, so 2 bites, 2 separate hook baits so far. What has happened this time is that the middle rod went where the left-hand rod was, which means both of the bites were on the left-hand side of the swim, so maybe that's exactly where the fish are coming from. Nice little scaly fish. Go on, mate. The almond is a bit of a legend around here after the underwater video, so it would have been rude not to have put one on. Hey, right, happy days. Another wicked little fish. Nice scales on the side of it. That is a beautiful looking fish. He's not massive, he's probably a bit bigger than the last one, maybe 17 pounds, something like that. But they get that lovely peach colour throughout the winter. There's probably loads of fish out there, so I'm going to get the rods back out, and now they're out there, let's hope we can keep them throughout the night. Go on, mate. Ooh. Ooh. quite smooth. Every time I put the pineapple out, that's always the one that goes. So even if I get a phone call from one of my pals saying, what did you catch it on? Pineapple, yeah, of course you did. Like 100%, every single time, that's the one I get the bites on. So when you've got that confidence in something, it's lovely to have it in your armoury because you put it out and you just feel like you're gonna catch. And when that happens over a long period of time, the confidence is up here and you end up fishing better. So that really is something that I love to use. Just got dark and the pineapple's gone again. It's always the pineapple. And this time it's on the middle rod as well, which means fish are really on the spot. This could be a busy night. Number 3, and number 2 to the Pineapple Supreme. There he is, similar stamp to the other two. Very, very welcome as we go into the evening. Sure sign that they're out there and the tactics are working. Lovely jubbly. I know it's dark and cold, but this is no time to get lazy. The same rules apply. Get the fish out and then get some spods back out there straight away. The fish are out there and they're ready to be caught. Blinding. Look at that. That is an absolute cracker. Goes to show as well that these stocking programs out on these lakes are brilliant. There's always new fish coming through like this, and they're looking after the future really, so it's brilliant to see. It's an absolute cracker on the middle rod again, and another one to the Pineapple Goo. So I'll probably be changing my right hand rod over to the pineapple as well, hoping to induce some bites on another rod. So you turn a session where you might be catching 2 or 3 into a few more. So thank you very much, you pretty little thing. I'm gonna get back in bed. That's 4-1 to the pineapple. Alright, number 5 for the pineapple. And a 24-pound block of ice. What I wanted to see was what goo worked best. The pineapple has this session, it's probably done 90% of the bites. Well, no more for me this trip. The time's run out, but it's been a brilliant night's fishing. But you know what? If I was coming back next week, I know exactly what hook baits I'd have on.